welcome back to Coding Techniques again. Today we are going to work with the episode 5 of this particular application that I'm building, whose name I've given it as Joker. So basically Joker in Hindi means different, it's a clown, but out here I've made it as such, like I've break it down as Joker, means you do whatever you want to. You can deliver anything out here. So basically in this particular video, I'm going to design the account screen or the menu screen. I would say the menu screen empty as of now in our case. So I'm going to design that up, and we are going to apply a few optimizations in our search page also for the empty screen. So that's what we are going to do in this particular video. So it's going to be interesting. Stay tuned till the end. So if you haven't checked the previous episodes, do check that out. Don't miss that out. It's pretty awesome design according to me. Do let me know in the comment section if you feel the same. And if you haven't checked my courses, do check that out. Links are there in the description. All the links are in the description. Just check the description and start learning. With that being said, let's dive into this particular video. So I'll start with the account page. I've given it the name as account, not the menu. Don't want to worry. It's the same stuff. And out here, we are going to start with the header part. So let's do that up. And what exactly I'm going to build, let me just show you. So this is a design that we are going to build. Okay, let's achieve the same. So I'll minimize it up and start working with our account page. So now in the ion header, it's pretty simple. I'll simply replace it. So in the toolbar, I'm using an ion item instead of ion title, where I'm simply passing the ion label where the name is being passed. Then the email ID and phone number is being passed, not the exact phone number, don't need to worry. Using the p tag, okay, and within the p tag I'm passing ion text so that we can change the color as per our requirement. So I've given the dark color out here. That's looking nice. And if you want to change the ion label color, basically you can simply pass color to be, let's say, primary color will look nice, I think. Let's check it out. Now this changes the color which was not there in our earlier design that I showed you. So that can be done, or you can give some other color also as per. I feel this is nice. Okay, so I'll keep the same. Then for the ion item, I've given lines to be none, and that's it. I've not passed anything else. Let's jump in the ion content directly, and the designing that we need to do, if we think, we will do it later on. Okay, so in the ion content, basically we have a list of items. So I'm going to have a dynamic list out here. So for working with that, I have gone to TypeScript, and let's start working with it now. I'll name an array or a property options which is of type array, and I've initialized it to be an empty array, and in the ng unit I will initialize it with this array list. So in this array list we have the ID, the name, and the image, which one I'm going to use, so that we can directly take from the assets folder. I already have these things in the assets folder, the images. You can check that out there. Alright, once that is done, we don't need to do anything else in our TypeScript. So I'll jump into the HTML and work with the designing part. So the designing is also pretty simple. I'll simply have a list where lines will be none, and I'll have an ion item where ion margin bottom is being passed so that we have some margin at the bottom of each item. Then detail to be true because I want this arrow button out there, and then I'm looping it up again and again. That's the only thing. And within the ion item, I have at first the ion avatar so that we can have this nice image with a circular avatar, which we are going to work with that in the SCSS to have some different background to our ion avatar that will look nice instead of the ion thumbnail. That's what I will need. And within that, I'm passing an image tag, okay, along with that an icon tag too, because in the TypeScript, if you haven't figured it out, somewhere I have image, somewhere I have directly the icon, okay, and somewhere I have the icon and the color too. So that's what I have passed out here. Now in the HTML, if you have image in the item, that means in that particular object, definitely you will work with this particular image one, where I'm simply passing the assets and the image name. And if you have icon, then I'm passing ng. If icon is present, then only it's going to work. And I'm passing the name and color dynamically. If there is no color defined, then the default color will be dark. That is why this OR symbol is being given. Okay. And for the icon, definitely you have to pass the icon. That is what it's being done. Now how you track this up, say like out here I have given the color to be primary, and in this icon these two, okay, the last one also I've given, but the information one, any color. So the default color will be the dark one. That is what it means. Alright, so and at last I have the ion label where the name is being passed. Pretty simple. not much tough for anybody, I suppose. If you have any issue, let me know in the comment section. Alright, so now it's time to jump into the designing part, which will be done in the account page SCSS. So let's work out there. Now first of all, I'm going to work with the ion header, to which I will work with the ion label. Now this is the hierarchy which I maintain all the time, so that at each level within the ion header we have the ion toolbar, then the ion item, within that we have the ion label. If you directly give the ion label at the very top, it's going to work, because in the ion header there is only one ion label. Alright, so out there we have the font size and font weight. I've defined it up, 1.2 rem for the font size and 500 for the font weight, and then the font size for the p tag I've defined it up. Now it's looking great. After that, let's work with the ion content design. So this is my ion content design which I am using out here. Not do anything. Okay, fine. So I have an ion list where I have given some margin top, because there should be some margin top so that we can have properly see some margin between the header and the content. Okay. Alright, once that is done, I thought of passing some design to my ion item, to the label and other stuff, but this was okay. Use this up. Okay. Now for the ion avatar, we need to work around with a lot of things. That is why I've done this part. Background color, like I said, I have given light color. And for the ion icon, I have transformed little bit, because if I don't give this up, well, it will move towards the top. If you just check this out, the icon one only. Okay, these are the three icons. So this is moving at the top. So in order to move it towards the bottom, I have just transformed it in the Y direction for 5 pixels. And it's going to work properly in all the devices. Okay, you can just check that out. Then I've given a font size of 1.6 rem, which I thought is the standard one, which we can give according to this design. Fine. And similarly for the image one, I have just given a padding of 0.5 VH, so that we have some spacing out there for the avatar to see properly at the top and bottom, everywhere. Okay. So this is the only thing which I have done. If you want to change this up, the ion label size and other stuff, definitely use this particular one. Okay. If you apply this, doesn't make any difference. Well, let's check this out. Even this is looking nice. I think I will keep this, not the font weight. I don't want any font weight. Font weight, I think 400 will be fine. Yeah, 400 is okay. By default, I think it is. Yeah, I think it is 400 only. So font size is 1 rem is better, or you can 1.1 rem also. Then avatar size is fixed, which is quite okay, but I don't want to do that up. So I'll just remove this avatar one. Okay. And the ion label one, well, if you just don't want to give 1.1 rem, give 1 rem, or you can simply comment this one also, like I did earlier. Okay, just comment this up and you will have the default ones. Okay, I suppose if you feel that this is bigger, definitely you can apply the size as per your requirement. So I'm happy with this design. So this design is done. Now it's time to implement the search page optimization for the empty screen. For that, I have already implemented many times earlier in the earlier videos. So basically I'm going to create a component for that, and Ionic G component, not component. First I'll create a module. Okay, MULE. Let me close this. So module I'm going to create, because the empty screen can be used anywhere you want. Okay, not in one place, but out here the requirement is for one place only. In other places also, if you want to use it, definitely you can use it. So I'm going to name the module as components. Okay, if I hit enter, a folder will be created. You can see we have the components.module.ts file out here. That's great. Once that is done, I will create a component within this particular folder, Ionic G component, within the components folder, and I'll name it as empty screen. Alright, now this will be created within the components folder, which is already done, and I will initialize it out here in the declaration. Empty screen component, and in the export also, if I need to use anywhere else, I need to pass it in the exports, otherwise I cannot use it up. Okay, once that is done, the configuration is done, and in order to use the Ionic tags, say like ion grid, ion column, anything, so you need to pass out here comma Ionic module. Okay, now you can simply use the Ionic tags out here, otherwise you have to use the HTML tags only. Alright, let's remove this. Now in the empty screen, what am I going to do? I'm going to use an ion grid where I have centered it up, okay, where I will have 2 rows. One will be for the image, other one will be for the title. Alright, that's what I'm going to have out here. So let's break it down a little bit. It's a simple one only, not much stuff. Now there are errors which we need to carry out in our TypeScript to get rid of it. And it's pretty simple actually. I simply need to pass the input decorator of title and image, okay, and it's already imported now, so no errors. Now the only thing that is left is the designing part, which I'm going to work. Let me show you at first how it actually looks like. So I'm going to implement this in search page, but first I need to import it in the modules. Components modules, components module imported automatically. Now I can simply use it out here in the iron content. Let me just show you in this particular manner. App empty screen, where I am passing shops length. If it is equals to 0, that means there are no shops. I'll just give a title, no record found, and the image I'm going to pass shop.png. Well, you can change whichever default image you want to pass it out there. Alright, so this is showing in this particular manner, which is pretty okay, but I want to design it a little bit more. So I'll go to the empty screen SCSS and work with this. Well, not much of a thing we need to do. I simply need to work with the iron grid and transform it in Y direction to 10 VH so that we have some margin at the top. So transforming is a better option than giving directly the margin top. Okay, that's what I feel. Sometimes the vice versa works. And to the image, I've given a height of 40 VH. I've fixed it up. If you have a bigger image also, still it will be fixed to 40 VH height. Lastly, for the iron label, I have given a font size of 1.2 rem to make it a little bigger. Alright, so that's the only thing I have applied, and you can see the final design which we can see out here. This is the home screen, which is looking lovely with the banners, right? Then we have the search page. Now by default it is showing the empty screen, and if we type something, it's gone. Okay, that's pretty nicely working. Then we have the order screen. I feel it's great. Then the wallet screen, we have it out here. Finally, we have the menu screen. Now we are almost at the end part of this particular video, but few things are left which I want to discuss with you, and which are actually in the account page. At first you can give toolbar color to be white, because out here the toolbar color in the menu screen was not white and it was showing little grayish type of a color. So you can simply change that at first if you haven't done that. And second thing is related to our orders page and also to our wallet screen. So I'll show you one by one exactly so that we can achieve the same design in a proper manner in iOS. Because what happens is when you are running it in real device, which I already tried, actually I didn't show you that part. So at that point of time, the status bar is at the top, and in iOS what happens is if the toolbar is not present, it will overlap the status bar. So that doesn't look nice at all. If you want, definitely you can try it in a real device or in the emulator or in the simulator for iOS. There you will see this particular error. Now how to fix that up? If you find that particular problem, definitely you need to do few stuff. First of all, in the orders page, well, I gave a padding of 5 pixels on top and bottom in iron toolbar. But what happens is there was some default padding which was getting overridden with this. So if I do this up, definitely the size is reduced and the toolbar was moving on top of the status bar, or it was not very good, not looking that good. So that is why I removed this, means I just commented it up, and now that error will be solved in iOS. Okay, so this is the thing that I have done out here. Then let's move to the wallet screen. So in the wallet screen, what have I actually done? I have defined a toolbar out here within which I am not passing the iron list or the div, because if I do this up within the iron toolbar, let's see how it looks like. If I just go to the wallet screen, now this is looking like this. If I just go for, well, primary to be, let's say, light color, let's see what happens. Still it is showing up. Okay, so you can go ahead with this stuff also. And remember, what have I done in the SCSS? I'll explain you. So in the SCSS, I have passed out here toolbar minimum height to be 0. Okay, so if I do that up, even if you don't pass anything within the toolbar, it will still have 0 minimum height. There won't be any extra padding or any extra spaces that are being carried out within the toolbar if nothing is passed out there. Okay, so simply I have wrapped everything within the toolbar, or if you don't want the toolbar, definitely you can move all the stuff out of it. So if I move it out of it, still you won't see any difference. Okay, just check this out, but it is enlarged a bit. Okay, now if I undo this, okay, and at the same time if I just have this padding start bottom top to be 0, there was little change. Okay, that's what you can achieve out here. Now if I try this in a real device, let's see how it shows. I will do one thing. I'll just stop this and I'll type Ionic build. At first I'll show you from the very beginning what exactly you need to do. Once that is done, I'll go to the capacitor.config.ts file, and I have already changed the app ID out here. So it should be in reverse manner. The domain name should be in a reverse manner, and at last you need to pass your app name. Don't give any spaces or hyphen out there. That's recommended. Okay. Now I'll add the Ionic cap, add iOS, as I will only work with iOS out here, just to, because the error is in the iOS only, not for Android. In Android it will work pretty nicely, the one we have done earlier, but for iOS I'll do that up, and I have already added it. So this is the command. If you run this up, definitely it will get added. Now what I'll do, I'll simply sync the project at first. That's very important because the changes won't reflect out there, but if you're creating it just now, the sync will be done automatically. Okay, if you think that something is not synced, go for syncing up. Now I'll simply run Ionic cap open iOS, hit enter, or you can simply go for live reload also. Alright, the Xcode has opened up. Now I'll simply select 14 Pro, and also remember one thing, what you need to do out here in the signing and capabilities, you need to select a team. If you don't select a team, definitely you will get some error. So if you don't have a team, you can simply create a personal team. You don't need to pay anything for that. It's free. Okay, just for development purpose. For production purpose, definitely you need to have a paid account out there. So now let's run this application. Alright, the simulator is about to open up. We'll check this out here, how it looks like. Okay, the app has opened up, and this is the home page, which is looking appropriate, and the status bar is also showing up pretty nicely. Now in the search page, well, this is also pretty nicely done, because out here status bar is completely different. Means it is nicely showing up, and the background color is also the same as the toolbar color. Out here also we have orders present pretty nicely, and we have the status bar color is a different one, because I have passed the toolbar out here of color primary. So that's pretty awesome. If you don't do that stuff, definitely it's going to create some trouble. Okay, now in the wallet screen, just check this out. Well, I have given the color of the toolbar to be the light color. That is why it is not showing up properly. Okay, now in order to show this properly, I need the color of the toolbar to be primary. If I give the primary color, definitely these things will not work as expected. So in order to achieve that up, let me close this Xcode, and what I'll do, I'll just go to the wallet screen and undo this up. Okay, now I have toolbar color primary. That means the status bar color will also be the primary color, and the other things will remain as it is. And remember, out here you don't need to give padding start or end or top, except this minimum height. That's what you need to work with. Now this time I'm going to run Ionic cap run iOS -L, and you can do the same for Android also if you want. I will select the emulator or simulator. So 14 Pro I'll select, because that was already opened up. Now it's going to run out here directly. Let's check it out. Okay, it's opened up, and now if you make any changes, we will see out here, and you can see the wallet one is showing up pretty nicely. Even the status bar is also showing up pretty nicely. So these are the changes which you see out here, and if I just do uncomment this up, now you see there will be some changes that are getting reflected. So that's how you need to work around here. I'll just comment this up because we don't need that. And if you make any other changes out here, say like if I change this background color, it will reflect out here just the way it is showing. Okay, so I hope you have understood this particular stuff. That's how you need to check off for all the issues, small issues, big issues that you can encounter. So with this, we have successfully completed our menu screen with all the modifications, and we have also tested in we have also tested it in the simulator for iOS. For Android also, you simply check. It's pretty easy. I have already made different videos for that, how you can work with Android and iOS, so you can just check that out. I'll give the link in the description. Okay, so this is the design which I wanted to build, and I've made different episodes for that. go and check the whole playlist for this particular design. So do let me know in the comment section how you like this particular video. So I will be waiting for your comments, and do check my sources. Links are there in the description. Also check the other playlists which I have on YouTube, which are available for free. So a lot of content for you guys. Enjoy the day. With this, I'll wrap up this video out here. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.
Fearless.